celebrating our 1 month of being off grid today. It's been a hell of a journey from getting here to being here, but we made it a whole month out here with bare minimal, bare minimum of luxuries that we're used to.
Like toilet?
Yeah, toilet, shower, um, electricity. Um,
An
but
oven?
yeah, oven. Well, we never used a microwave to begin with, but we just don't have those luxuries that everybody is so used to. And even us, we were used to them too. But some of the things that we're experiencing out here aren't exactly the way I thought they were going to be, and some things are better. I know Nikki has got a few, you know, experiences of what expectations were and when it ended up being reality.
Yeah, we've been out here a month, and I didn't really come into this with any perceived outcomes or what I thought each day was going to be like. But I will say that every day I wake up, it's a completely different world. There's no mundane, there's no routine, but things, as far as warmth, having fire in the cabin at night, and then neither one of us being able to breathe because it sucks up your oxygen. But we found that we stay warm at night now, and we don't do a fire at night. Cooking, I've been exploring a little bit more. We've been going into town to the co-op and getting some fresh fruits and veggies, or fresh veggies, but been able to explore a little bit more with some healthy, good cooking now as we're getting our mountain legs. Planting seeds. I had to be extremely patient. All you guys back in Texas are like, look at my garden, look at what I planted, look at this, I got sprouts, and I'm like, I can't even put my seeds in the ground yet because where we live. So I have to have patience, and I have to have just I have to be prepared when the time comes to put my seeds in the ground. So like today, I spent all day planting winter stuff. I could put radishes in the ground. I could put kale and lettuce and spinach in the ground, but I couldn't put in tomatoes. Like you guys are probably growing tomatoes at the wazoo. We can't even grow tomatoes here. They have to be grown in a greenhouse. So there's so many differences in terms of food. I couldn't just come up here and bring my seeds. My potato plant that I was so proud of, it passed away up here because it's too cold for the leaves, because potatoes haven't even gone in the ground yet up here. So you get that. I've got today or yesterday we've got the baby chicks. That's been an experience. So they're probably 4 or 5 weeks old right now, and we got the coop finished today with the nesting boxes. But the hay went in yesterday. Well, I forgot. Well, it wasn't actually hay, it's straw. Hay has pieces of flour and everything in it. Straw is just the grass. So I forgot that I'm very allergic to hay and straw, and so as soon as I picked it up, started throwing it around, I've had sneezing, and so allergies are pretty crappy. So there's a lot of things. Getting ready, just like for the video. I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, and I'm dirty, my feet are black, and I'm a little sunburned, and but I'm on video. So those are those expectations, I guess, that you could call them expectations. But it's what's going on. It's what's real, and I think that's been quite an experience for me. A lot of alone time. I wrote, a lot of solitude up here. Even when he's busy doing something and I'm doing something else, I may not talk to anybody all day. He may not even want to talk, and so it's just like we just don't talk for the whole day, and it's pretty interesting. So that being said, it has a whole different feel than what we're used to.
Yeah, being off grid is not. I know people see the videos online and they post the pictures of the cabin of if somebody gave you $1,000 or $100,000, would
Could
you
you
live?
live here?
Could you live here for a
Yeah.
year? And I don't think most people could, because it's not a life of luxury when it comes to creature comforts. And what I mean is the hot showers and the TV and the remote control and all the things that everybody, you know, is
There's none of
is
that.
is involved with in regular life. You know, you don't have the props of of the club scene or the 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 ability to go and hang out with your friends or anything like that. So you basically become who you were meant to be when you are out here. You don't you don't get to be fake out here. So when you see those videos of people who are like, off grid is so beautiful and so glamorous, and look at me in my
And they look
yurt,
super cute in their
and
hair.
look at me with my
their-
makeup in my
yeah.
yurt, and
It's not
in
like
my
that.
my cabin that was built by a contractor. You
And
know,
I've got my yoga mat. And
you
yeah.
know, it's not like that out here.
Bullshit.
There's you don't have a vacuum cleaner, so you're sweeping, and there's
Dust.
and dirt, and luckily here we don't have the bugs like mosquitoes and biting flies.
We do have flies.
We do have flies, but they're kind of part of the fabric of out here. But we don't have ticks. We don't have to worry about snakes. So where we're at, the location we're at, is pretty pristine when it comes to pest. You know, mice are a big issue out here. I've battled with mice out here. I've won. I think I've won. I'll know in weeks to come.
For a week, he was getting 2 to 3 a night
Yeah,
on sticky pads.
I mean, I the mouse slayer out here.
They fear him.
You have to become part of the environment out here. It's not what people perceive it to be. It's work. It's sacrifice. It's not being able to just go eat a pizza or go get a hamburger or you know, even
Or go
you
to
know,
Cracker Barrel. I think I saw someone today. They were like hitting Cracker Barrel, and I'm like,
yeah,
damn.
you
You can't do that.
That's not us anyway.
No.
That's not who we are. That's not what we're about. You know, especially with what's going on in the world today, people are starting to find out who they are and who they're going to become through this crisis. And I posted a video a while back about, you know, people meeting their spouses for the first time, meeting their children for the first time, because there's always work and there's always activities and going out with the friends and family visiting. So you never really get to be he and she in a marriage or even with the children. So once you get past that, now people are drinking excessively. They're drinking to avoid themselves. And out here, you can't avoid yourself.
Even the ones who didn't drink before much, they're drinking daily. It's
Yeah,
part of a daily.
It's like
2, 3, 4.
it's like the norm now
Yeah.
is day drinking and drinking on a weekday. You know, I, I I feel for the people who don't like themselves enough to be around themselves sober. I spent a lot of time, you know, in my years not liking myself or not being satisfied with who I was. But out here, you get to be you, and you have to like you. You have to be okay with you, and you have to be okay with your spouse, even your dog. Kaya's adjusted out here. She's
Oh,
smelling
she
there,
loves it. She's smelling the
but
air.
she's become a country dog, a mountain dog, and she's loving it. But you know, it's things like that we've picked up over the month. The lack of I'm not even gonna call it a lack of comforts, because we have everything we need.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have soap, we have water, we have a bed, we
We
have
just don't
heat.
have it all right. I mean, it's just not compact within. Like, I think a lot of people, you know, you've got your bathroom down the hall, or some of you people have a bathroom that's, you know, you have to go to the spare bathroom and you bitch about that. We have to walk uphill and it's cold. So when I have to go to the restroom, and I have to go bad, I have to walk by myself up there, and it's kind of scary. You know, it's like I'm not going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So I don't have that comfort right there. I have a refrigerator on site, but it is probably what
It's
5-7 minute walk,
Yeah,
maybe 10-minute
it's
walk.
about a 10-minute walk
10-minute
downhill, and then you got to
And you
walk
go back up, and it's
uphill, and
a
it's not.
hill. It's
So,
a hill.
it's not like everything is out of our reach.
We have it.
The only thing that isn't out of our reach right now is time. Time to be who we're going to become. Time to I mean, everything's a process out here. So we have time for those processes. If we need wood, we have to cut wood. We have to chop wood. If we need, let's say we need something out of the shed, and we're out of
Screws. He's always needing screws when he's building.
we're out of something. We run out of a canned good or
To go to the shed.
or meat or something. We have to go to the shed and we have to go get it. And it's not a walk
to the
next
backyard.
to the backyard of
Yeah.
the next room. It's a good little hike, and we enjoy those hikes. And that's one of the things that I get to partake in. I
Hiking.
get to partake in everything that I do. I am surrounded by absolute beauty, and I'm absolute nature, and we don't get to decide what the weather's going to be like out here. You don't get to say, you know what, it's a nice day today. I'm going to wear shorts and a short sleeve shirt, because as soon as you walk out,
It changes.
the weather changes.
It can be warm and then snow the same day, and then be windy later in the afternoon, and then warm back up again. So yeah, there's the weather. I think I've written on that. The weather is like the weather decides everything.
Yeah, from training to, I mean, we've had to overcome, and you know, I always I have a saying that says that you know, the survival isn't guaranteed to the fastest or the fittest. It's guaranteed to those who can adapt the quickest. And you know, my whole outlook on life right now is we're out here, we're in the moment, every single moment. If I decide I don't want to work that day, if I don't want to work on a chicken coop, or if I don't want to cut wood, or if I don't want to you know, heat up water to either bathe or to do dishes, I can do that. I don't have to worry about some schedule that says you have to have this done by this deadline, or the sun's going down. You know what? If I don't get wood, it's just a little cold in the morning. It's a little cold at night, but it's okay, because we have all the comforts that we need. We have a good bed. We have good blankets. We have everything we need. And if somebody decides they're going to get up and make a fire,
Look at it, make it fair.
bonus.
Yeah.
It's just that much better. But you know, you're not obligated. We're not obligated. The only thing we're obligated to is to adapt. And I think a lot of people are going to find themselves in that situation where they're going to be forced to adapt. I mean, a lot of people are waiting for the world to go back to the way it was, and I don't foresee that. I don't foresee the world going back to the way it was. I don't see people going back to their favorite bar, or going to their favorite restaurant, or going to their favorite you know, nail salon, or you know, in some cases even gyms. I don't see the world going back to the way it was. So if you're not adapting right now to the world around you, to what's going on, and you're looking at it as some kind of break or vacation, or the government's got it under control, or you know, somebody's going to come and save us, you're absolutely delusional right now. And you should really start adapting to the world around you, because what's coming is coming. We have to adapt out here, and if we were back home, guess what we'd be doing?
Adapting.
We'd be adapting. We'd be trying to figure out how to survive, and what not only how to survive, but how to thrive.
Well, it's much. I mean, you know, adapting out here is much. I don't know. It's much better than having to adapt back in a city, because in the city, if you will, you have all the things around you. You have the taco joint. You have the McDonald's. You have the grocery store. You have all those things right there. So if you have to be limited, I saw several women complaining today that the salons were not going to be opened up, and I thought, you know, that's sad, because what have we become? that we're so dependent on somebody else doing our hair and our eyebrows and our nails and all this stuff, and that it's an addiction. And how I know it's an addiction is because now you're freaking out. Whereas, okay, everyone's opening back up. Now you're freaking out, and now you're having issues with it. That's an addiction. If something that's been taken away from you creates panic and trauma and anger within you and being pissed off like that, then that's you're addicted, and you're addicted to very, very shallow things. But that being said, up here adapting, you don't have the salon, you don't have the grocery store, you don't have that stuff right there. So I like adapting out here a whole lot more than adapting back there.
Yeah, it has its dangers. We do walk around with, firearms because there's bears and mountain lions, and, there's no telling what you're going to find when you walk around a corner or walk around a patch of trees or walk over a hill, what's going to be waiting there for you. So we always, have either the dog with us or some type of firearm. But, what is the trade-off for that? What is the trade-off for that? To not be able to walk around with a firearm, or to be questioned about walking around with a firearm when there's far, 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 far more dangers in a city than there are out here. I mean, the likelihood of being attacked by a moose or a elk or a bear or a mountain lion, the possibilities are out there, but the trade-off of the freedom that we have out here is something that I wish I would have done before. But lining up our intentions and lining up our desire to not just survive but to thrive is what has allowed us to become independent, self-sustaining, and free, to where we're not depending on a government check to come in, that we're not depending on a food bank to serve us food. Everything that we're doing out
We're
here.
not complaining about it either.
Yeah,
we're
and,
not worried about
know-
somebody else getting $600 a month and unemployment while we're not getting that.
I'm going to say we've been out here a month and we've probably spent $300
Maybe, and that's
in a whole month.
on cookies.
Yeah, and it was just on a few little treats that we decided that we wanted. But I'm glad we made this decision to move off grid. I don't have to worry about anybody taking my business. I don't have to worry about anybody taking my income. I don't have to worry about anybody telling me that I can't walk around outdoors like a free man. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing throughout this crisis, is that their freedoms are being taken little by little by little. And there's going to be a little time of peace coming through here, where things go back a little bit to normal. But when people start realizing that their job isn't there anymore, or their customers aren't there anymore, or their income isn't there anymore, or the food that was available isn't there anymore, it's going to get to a point where people are not happy about that.
It's an abusive relationship. It really is, because in an abusive relationship, there's a point, you take this abuse, you take this criticism, you take being hit or left or whatever, and then they bring you a gift. And that's what this is, this time of peace where things are going to kind of go back to a little bit normal.
Yeah.
That's your gift. That's your
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry I treated you bad. Here's this. And everyone's going to be happy, because the person who is in that relationship with that abuser is always happy. They're like, oh, he's so sweet, or oh, she's, she really does love me. And they're going to go do it again. It's going to be worse the next time. And they always say, give a relationship 5 years. If you're in abuse, you'll end up dying. It increases your risk of death in an abusive relationship around the 5th year mark. So that being said, you guys are getting your gift.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have TV out here. We don't get the news, the daily news with CNBC or Fox or CNN, whatever people watch. We don't get that. Everything that we see is on somewhat of a social media standpoint. So we're getting the real aspects. Of course, you got all the fake news and all the
Memes
people
and drama.
who post memes and just are trolls and whatever. But society is really in trouble at this moment. It's really at a point where decisions have to be made. And out here being off grid, we've had the pleasure of meeting a couple of other people who are off gridders, and they do everything the traditional way, from processing meat and growing vegetables and hunting. And so that's the life that we're on. That's the path that we're on. And to the people who are awake and aware, who are out there trying to warn people, just as we are trying to keep people updated about what the truth is on what's really going on in this world, those people keep doing it. I mean, that's your voice. And when they silence your voice, they silence your existence. You can't be free if you can't speak. You can't be free if you can't help people. And as humanity, we're all intertwined. We're all here together. We're all in this together, as you keep hearing in the news. So don't let them take that from you. Don't let them tell you what is freedom and what is not freedom.
Yeah, don't. This is free, and I think I've said it before in our snow video. I look around and I'm like, yeah, you guys are having a snow day, not me. I'm not snowed in.
Yeah.
I'm not. This is my living room. This is my gym. This is my kitchen. If you saw my post today for my dinner, I sat outside, and I had to eat by myself today. He was busy, and so I was trying to get the dinner prepared right around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. But I knew he was working on something, and he couldn't come down and eat right away. So I ate. He wasn't butthurt that I ate without him. I know there's people that are like, you didn't wait for me. And, I sat outside, and my dining room was this. And how many people can do that? You go in your backyard and you have someone smoking and neighbors drunk and
trains
and
airplanes and fire trucks and
this is like
and bass and
freaking incredible
exhaust from vehicles. And
yeah,
there's no peace.
None of that's
there's
out
no
here.
peace. We get lucky if we look up and see an airplane.
Yeah, it's kind of cool actually.
There are very, very few
You're like, oh, look at that.
Man-made sounds out here, unless we're out here off in the distance. Somebody's
chainsaw.
Using a chainsaw or range practice or something like that with their firearms. But other than that, it's just quiet.
And I think that's what we've come to love and enjoy so much in the month. You reflect on that. There's a lot of things for me personally that I've had to reflect on and get through. And I can't speak for him, but I'm sure there's things he's had to stop and reflect on because you don't have anyone to talk to. You don't have anyone to distraction. You don't have any phone calls to answer. There's freaking nothing. There's nothing. I was so, just before we came up here and did the video, I got a message because I send out, I do programming for fitness. So I write 3 workouts a week for people and then some bonus workouts, and I send those out on Sundays. Well, if they have questions, they text me or email me and ask me questions. And so I just recorded a little video. She didn't know quite what the movement standard was, and so I did a little video just like this right there in the cabin, adapting. And I'm thinking, how cool is this? This is freaking awesome. And I wasn't planning on anybody texting me, but I'm like, hey, let me record a video. And that's what we can do out here, is we can adapt and
just be free.
Free. Yeah.
Freedom is the ultimate benefit of being out here.
So that's what I've learned. That's what I've gathered.
Yeah,
after
it's
a
just if being in nature is your thing.
That's my noisy neighbor.
You should be in nature. If being in a big city is your thing with a bunch of chaos,
be there.
Be there.
Yeah.
That's
But find your peace being there. Don't. And that's what we've found. I think I've found it quite easily, actually. Find your peace. no matter where you are, no matter what you're dealing with. Quit worrying about everyone else. Quit worrying about what others are dealing with. Quit worrying about why someone else gets X and you only get Y. Find peace. And if you're not happy, you are the only person who can change that. Yes? Am I right?
There's nobody going to come
No one
make
else.
you
You
happy.
can only change you. You are the only one that can make you happy. Check's not going to make you happy. A job's not going to make you happy. None of that shit's going to make you happy. You make yourself happy. So if this is a place like you want to be, you need to do it.
Yeah, find a way. We did. It was something that was out of reach for us, but it wasn't. That was just the mind.
And for the ladies, you don't have to worry about the fingernails. They stay dirty, the toenails. You don't have to worry about the hair. It's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, dudes in your beard oil.
Yeah,
and,
your beard oil and your
your
fades.
gel and fades and shit like that. I mean, get over that shit. That's all superficial stuff.
It is.
That serves no purpose.
Some days he
mean,
doesn't even shave. Not that he grows hair very fast. But
Yeah, but you know, it's
we wash our hair like he washes
There's-
his like every 3 weeks.
there's being a man and there's being a girly man and
Girly,
and,
snowflake.
and there's a girly man with their fancy designer jeans and their
Bling bling.
you know
Yeah.
their name brands and their shoes and yeah.
Hey, if that's their journey, that's their journey.
You know that it's not right or wrong, but nobody's saying it's right or wrong, but you know
Out here, you don't have that.
these are the times where fancy jeans and beard oil and manicured nails for a guy, you're gonna have to learn to dig in and get gritty because things are about to get a little rough on this planet here, and we're all in it. We're all going for a ride. But we just wanted to share our 1 month anniversary with you guys and you know, give a piece of our mind. I mean, we have time to look at our phones and see what the hell's going on in the world on Facebook with people bitching and complaining about this way is the right way and this is the right way and this is
You're so
right. There is no
divided.
right way. There's so much division right
Yeah,
now. There
you're
is
so
so
divided.
much controversy and there is so much my way is the right way going on right now that, you know, I'm not a Christian, but I can say I do believe in Jesus. Not
He
the
was a
way
great
you do.
healer.
He was a great man,
was a
but
great man,
if
great
Jesus
healer.
were going to come back and save this planet, how is he going to save a divided planet? So I
Yeah.
mean, if you follow the Bible thing, and that's your way, you know, look around you. If you're contributing to the problem, you're part of the problem. And I don't know of any entity on this planet who can fix division amongst human beings. That's something that's going to have to play out on a human level, and not only a human level, but a spiritual level. So we could rant and rant
Yeah.
and rant and rant all day long about all this stuff.
But then we would miss the sunset.
Yeah, sun's going behind a mountain, and the
beautiful.
temperature's dropping
Yeah,
pretty quick.
it does.
too.
As soon as it goes behind the mountain, I think it goes down 15 degrees.
So-
like that.
We're gonna let it go with all that. Consider it a rant. Consider it a sharing with
Consider
you.
it an anniversary gift.
I mean, we can't tell anybody how to live. Nobody can
No.
tell us how to live. And
No.
so, but we do. If I've learned anything about being here, is that I do give a shit about what's going on with people, and that I do give a shit about what happens to people that I left behind in the crisis that's going on. I care about your job. I care about your family. I care about you and whether or not you find your peace, your way into out of this. Because as much as I've tooted my horn about what's coming for ever since September, I don't see a lot of people that I know heeding the warning. And
That's their journey.
you know, like I said, if I did learn anything about myself, is that I do care, and whether you like me or you dislike me, I don't care, because as a human being, as a fellow human being, it is my responsibility and it is my duty to give a shit about you and give a shit about what's going on in your life. So take it for what it is. We're gonna let y'all go. I know this was a long video, but we do have a lot to say about what's going on and we've got a whole new existence out here too. There's no way that we could sum it up in one video. So like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you think, tell it.
Enjoy your home workouts.
Ask us any questions. I mean, how we're doing it out here. What shit.
What do we do
that's
for
what we're here
this?
for.
How did
I
we
mean,
build the chicken coop? What are we going to do for the gardening? I mean, ask us.
We're not stupid people. We're out here with a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of wisdom that is here for the taking. So, we'll see y'all later, and check out
next month, right?
Yeah, no, we'll upload some. I got to upload some stuff about the chicken coop, that
which is
finished up,
badass.
so. But greenhouse is next. We'll be working on the greenhouse, and it's a 40 by 18 foot greenhouse. So it's going to be a hell of a project, but that's our sustainability. So we'll see y'all later. Take care.